Factor with the new releases where we're doing free shipping and we're doing flex pay. And as fans of the show, you know we don't normally do that. So we're going to try to squeeze in as much as we can in the next 45 minutes with Mr. Mike Mezak. And Mike, this is one that so many people have been pre-ordering, looking at on hsn.com as soon as you put it on there, and it is brand new.
This is a special set. We talk about Mint State 70s. We talk about, you know, how hard it is to get coins, and particularly earlier coins, because the United States government didn't take particular care in early years. As a matter of fact, in 1986, 87, 88, nobody certified American Silver Eagles back then. As a matter of fact, the very first person to ever certify American Silver Eagles was me. And I did it in 1999 is when I started certifying. And as a matter of fact, people in the industry made fun of me.
Why were they not certified?
Because they only certified real coins, Morgan silver dollars, Walking Liberty half dollars. And then they realized they all got certified.
Yeah.
And they're all like 10,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 or $1 million. And not everybody can do that.
Right,
But people want high quality coins that are affordable. And that's why we have like that last item, $89.95, 190. So they're affordable, they're approachable. But nobody did it in 87, 88, 86, 87, 88. So this is the first 4 years of the American Silver Eagle. It's very important that I know how many of these we have.
We have 72 available.
They are irreplaceable, and particularly at this price. So what you have is the first 4 years of the American Silver Eagle in absolutely perfect Mint State 70. First off, I can tell you right now, you would be hard-pressed to find this coin for $1,499.95.
Really? Just the one, just the 1986.
That's right. My original price, $27.99.95, and we would get them in 3 or 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 at a time. Okay?
We've taken $1,300 off the price.
Save a car. not a great car, but you can buy a car for $1,300 bucks, right? So save a car. But more importantly, you're getting the first 4 years of the American Silver Eagle in absolutely perfect condition at a price that I'll go out on a limb here and say is absolutely positively impossible to get NGC, PCGS, or ANACS. You're not in any of those, in the major grading companies, you are not going to be able to get these 4 coins at $1,499.95. Simply, absolutely, positively, irrevocably not possible, particularly at $27.99. It was an amazing opportunity, because the problem is the vast majority of these coins don't grade in this high of a grade. Now do the math. 4 coins at $14.99.95 is less than $400 a coin. In the past, because they made a whole bunch of the 86s.
Because that was the first year.
It was the first year. I have had the 86s at $500 or $599. I've had them here, and we always sell them out. But I've really never had any 87s or 88s or 89s. The only reason I got these 6 dozen of these sets that I have available here, these perfect sets, that come in this beautiful presentation box, by the way, is because we have sold so many of the Mint State 69 sets. Okay, 69, they're already starting to sell pretty aggressively right now. So we're basically, 5 dozen is all that it's gonna be. And this is not a coin, set you're gonna see me bring back, you know, next week or the week after, the week after. Because this is how I have to do this. So we have an auto ship program with Mint State 69 American Silver Eagles. We have literally thousands of people in that program. So I have to find original boxes of 86s, 87s, 88s, and 89s and certify them to get the 69s. And out of a box of 500 coins in the 86, I might get 2 or 3 or 4 70s.
Really?
In this one, I may get 2 or 3 or 4 70s. I might get 1 or 2 70s. The 88's really the hard coin to get in there, I think.
66 of these left, by the way.
You might get 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 coins here in the 88 or the 89 that you're going to have right there. But so you have to grade literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of coins. And so as I grade 5,000 coins, I end up with 72 of these. Okay? If I grade 10,000 coins, I get 72 of these to start with. And that's where it comes from. And that's the reason I can do this at a price that literally nobody else can. Because if you go into the marketplace to try to buy these coins at $399 a piece, they are simply not viable at $399 a piece. You have to, quote unquote, make these coins. And people go, what do you mean make these coins? Are they counterfeits? When we talk about making a coin, we talk about getting it put into a holder. Okay, how many 70s did you make? How many 69s did you make? But these are original original coins. So these coins are now all 25 plus years old. You have to find original boxes that have never been opened up, that have never been looked at before. And that becomes increasingly difficult. They have to come out of bank hoards. They have to come out of this, because I'm not the only person that have been grading American Silver Eagles. They grade millions of American Silver Eagles every single solitary year, and so few of them, like an original 1988 box. Okay, the coin is, just the raw coin is worth, let's say, $30.
Okay.
But in a sealed box, it's worth $80.
Right. Because
you want to try to get one of the mint state 70s, because traditionally, like this coin's $600 or $800 in NGC. This coin's $1,700 or $2,000 in NGC or PCG.
Just because they made less?
Just because people aren't grading with them as much. I grade, or they only bought this coin. They bought it on the open market, and it's traded hands, and it goes up each and every time. But we started, and we had a place to use all the mint state 69s, and so that's why, since we made the coins, in essence, while we were making all these mint state 69s, that's the only possible way for me to come in at $1,499.95 for these 6 dozen sets that I have. Now, as you can see, already 14, 15, 16 of these sold. As I'm running down on quantity, and this quantity will go down quickly, because the breakup value of these, understand, you're just not going to find these coins for $400 a piece, let alone $500 a piece, or even $600 a piece. Several of these coins, the 87 and 88, good luck finding those for less in PC or NGC for $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,400 or $1,600 per coin.
So it's almost like buy two, get two in that case.
It's kind of like buying it like a dealer, and that's what happens is, we've sold some of these, I sold some of these, so I'll see these broken up on the marketplace, but understand, people paid $14.99.95, so you'll see this coin at $4.99, you'll see this coin at $6.99, and this coin.
So trying to piece it together.
But only because they got it here.
Yes.
Before we sold this in the open market, the prices are nowhere approaching this $14.99.95, particularly with this price break. And look how it comes to you. Look at this spectacular presentation case that you're going to have right here. So, that's the best way to do it. The other cool thing is, not only are they graded perfect, and any coin prior to 1998 in 70 is extraordinarily difficult. Any coin prior to 1998 in mint state 70. The 1996 is a $5,000 to $7,000 coin in any certification. This is also the first 4 years of issue. So you can start that, so you get the first 4 years at, like I said, less than $400 a coin. And that's the amazing, and significantly less, like $375, plus you get the free Red Oak presentation box and free shipping and handling.
And the Mint State 70 certification.
That's the part, is the fact that they're Mint State 70. So you can see we're down to 53 of these, and a lot of people on the phone will keep you apprised of this. I understand it's not for everybody, but if you want one of the absolute best, lowest price for what you get, the fact that you get the first 4 American Silver Eagles, absolutely, positively perfect condition. The first 4 American Silver Eagles in perfect condition. Let me say, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go out and try to find these ANACS, NGC, PCGS at $14.99.95. Folks, if you can find them for less, which I know you can't, send them right back. As a matter of fact, I don't think you can find these at $27.99. I think it'd be hard-pressed to find these at $2,500, but at $14.99.95, absolutely positively not the case.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up, but we will keep you updated. I think we have 42 of these remaining. Keep in mind, free shipping, but we'll let you know how we're doing.